Our first story today comes from the Daily Hodl News and Insights, the digital economy. And of course, we are going to be talking about China Coin. Our first story today coming from the Daily Hodl. Title of the article, China completes testing of framework for digital currency, preps for rollout. Again, one of the few channels talking about the China CBDC, the central bank digital coin, digital currency, digital asset, whatever you'd like to call it, from the American perspective and how we believe that it'll affect the broader market. So the next phase of China's central bank digital currency is gearing up for launch. We talked about earlier how they have already launched test pilots in several districts in China and how they're going to be experiencing a deeper, broader, fuller commercial bank rollout moving into 2020. And the preliminary testing phase of China's new digital currency is already complete. So in comments made to the South China Morning Post, head researcher at the PBOC, the People's Bank of China, has unveiled details on exactly how China aims to become the first cashless society on planet Earth. At least so far as I'm aware. Maybe there are underground layers where the lizard people don't use cash. I don't know. I haven't been down there since last September. Now, this individual confirmed on Saturday that China's upcoming digital currency will be a digital form of the yuan and that there will be no speculation on its value allowed legally in China. Of course, there may or may not be speculative markets that pop up somehow decentralized, but according to this individual, the digital currency / electronic payment, the DCEP, which is the name of the project for the digital currency, has completed its testing phase, as we reported on earlier this month, when 7 state-owned companies, including 2 commercial banks, began the trial run, taking place in 2 provinces. As described, the completion of the test phase follows other milestones, including finalization of the, quote, top-level design, early formulation, and 5 years of research that has gone into this. Again, China first out of the gate with this, the first cashless society that we're likely to see. Now, the next phase of the People's Bank of China is to begin pilot programs in advance of their digital currency's official launch. They have been pushing to overhaul China has been pushing to overhaul their entire financial services industry. They have implemented new policies to the effect that will promote mobile and digital technology, particularly in rural areas, because they want every individual to have the easy access to this because they do want to replace cash. That's their full mission statement here. It's completely outlined in all of their official documentation. Now, according to a previous report that the People's Bank of China issued in January, quote, rural financial services continue to improve. The full coverage of the township financial institutions network has been basically achieved already, and digital financial inclusion has been effectively popularized in rural areas. The rural payment service environment has continued to improve. Bank cards have helped farmers withdraw money to achieve sustainable development, and emerging payment methods such as mobile payment have gained popularity in rural areas. End quote. Now, as the world's second largest economy prepares to launch a digital yuan to strengthen its position in the digital economy, now, of course, top officials in the United States are waiting on the sidelines. The world's largest economy is sidelined. Despite revelations that central bankers around the world are pursuing the new technology, and despite recent reports that physical U.S. dollars seem to be vanishing without a trace, U.S. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell says there is no need for a digital dollar. Why would they? Why would they want to jeopardize the position why would they want to jeopardize their position of hegemony, of economic hegemony? Now, in the show notes, if you guys go check out the show notes that we publish at breakingbitcoin.money, where you can also find our podcast. Again, we're available on Spotify, Podbean, Google Play Music, Google Podcasts, iTunes. 5-star reviews are highly appreciated. It does help us out, the algorithm. We're going to link to the Zero Hedge story that we're going to be talking about later on, that I kind of pitched into as I'm kind of excited about it, about where are all the dollars going. So that link will be in the show notes that you guys can get at breakingbitcoin.money. If you guys want that link to the Zero Hedge article, I'll also put it down in the description of the video. Okay. Now, let me know your guys' thoughts and comments on this. Again, we try to talk about the reality of how the world is going to change. Part of being a speculator, part of being a trader or an investor is using the best tools at your disposal to attempt to gain a good bead for the future. And while predicting the future, whether in price or in trend, is impossible, it all comes down to building a strategy, understanding the potential upside and downside of any opportunity, and having a plan. Having a plan for when the market moves in your favor or when the trend moves in your favor, and having a plan for when it does not, right? Self-preservation is the ultimate tool. Now,